turned back to look at the bunged people, throwing what was nearest to them, for the verdict didn't go their way. He couldn't care less. It no longer bothered him. One stain to see what was laid in front of him. But as he looked at the door that awaited his freedom, he couldn't help but think back at the events that took place before all this mess. He used to be a believer, blinded by the sweet words from the lips of the wolves in shepherd's clothing, their promises raining rampantly on their lives. He believed, he supported, like the ones who now mock him. He was almost willing to lay down his life for them. And he almost did when the local drunkard began questioning their belief, asking the questions no one seemed to have the answer to. He was crazed, he thought. How could he think like that? Hate spat on his face and even carried him out of the bar. He'd had one too many, it seems. Days were filled with limited thought. Since what was he to think about? Trust in the leaders who promised during the campaign period that they would do what it takes and more. Shower them with gifts for their votes. They woke up early to make sure that their man had taken the seat. He would make the necessary changes. He'd see it as fit. Until trouble came knocking on his door. An innocent man with everything to lose, but no one cared. Even one bothered. Even he, who promised the changes of today, seated high up looking down on him. He didn't bother to try and make amends. He looked at the crowd of blood-hungry followers, brainwashed to treat him lesser. They avoided him, incarcerated him, as he asked himself, do people take it too far? Is it their right to say unkind things? Or are they structured to a plan where lies rally people to form hate or other undesirable traits? Was this the intention of the forefathers? He put his foot down, shut himself from the world and sat alone with his thoughts, analyzing the smallest aspects of his becoming. It was not as strange as he would have taken it to be. It all just didn't make sense at all. He stood up, a changed man. He had converted his way of thinking, loving the company of the drunkard that he'd willingly thrown out. He knew that he was no longer blindly following someone who did not have a way to fight his personal wars. So on this day, he stood up before the jurors, corrupted by thoughts fed to them, the lies that had been piled up against him. With only simple words he explained himself, and there was no questioning the truth in his eyes. They admired him, but still thought it was not right for him to think as he did. What can you do to a man who has his mind set? Nothing. So they let him go. As the world he knew shouted insults and hailed him, as they did Jesus, his sentence, exile. He walked out happier, looking back to pity the lost among them. The verdict, standing alone with your thoughts may be tough, but it pays if your thoughts harbor the truth they are not ready for. For one day, you will all be ready, and as he stood and left, they too will leave the bullshit fed to them to fill the man of top's greedy pockets. The man never looked back again, and as he joined his place next to the drunkard, he noticed that their number was growing larger.